where education is increasingly becoming available. So I had an opportunity to talk to Salman Khan, who's the founder of Khan Academy. I asked him how many people are on Khan Academy. He said unofficially, been around as a non-profit for 6 years. Can anybody guess how many people are on Khan Academy? Any guesses? It's only 6 years of existence, really. It's 600 million people have used Khan Academy. 600 million people have already used Khan Academy to learn something. So education is fundamentally getting changed. Manufacturing. The way we manufactured yesterday and the way we will manufacture tomorrow will fundamentally change. Why? Because of advent of 3D printers. You can manufacture almost anything remotely, on demand. You don't need huge factories. Just think about that. US Army, about 4 weeks ago, changed their policy of how much weight somebody should carry that goes on the field. Why? Most of the spare parts they carry will be manufactured remotely through 3D printers. So they don't need to carry the spare parts. Things are changing dramatically. Robotics. The robotics are helping, robots and drones are helping change the way that we thought about businesses. And I'll tell you one example. How many of you know Amazon? Most of you. Alibaba? Most of you. Maybe some have stock in them. Well, about a year ago, all retailers are trying to compete with each other. Get a little bit of edge. And what is the problem with online? Because he can't get delivered on the same day. Well, Amazon completely disrupted it by saying, we will drop the stuff through drones. So if you order something, a drone pick up the stuff, drop it on your doorstep and goes away. It solves the last mile problem. Drones are used now in mining fields to protect bad things happening to human beings who have to get into the mines. So things are changing quite dramatically. Let's talk about Mexico. Interestingly, in my view, Mexico is already one of the top 10 providers of IT services in the world. And we think Mexico can be in the top 3 in the world. Why do I say that? Size of Mexican economy, just the sheer size, is over $1 trillion. Second fact, it has signed more free trade agreements than any other nation on earth. The intellectual property rights, one of the best in the world, and the fact that Mexico is intrinsically tied by geography and by culture to the largest economy in the world, which is the United States. And we have NAFTA that can put these two economies together, unlike any other nation in the world. So the simple question is, if the United States is the largest consumer of information technology and technology-enabled business, Mexico has a population of 120 million, culturally aligned, with outstanding trade agreements and legal system. What would stop Mexico from being the largest technology services country in the world? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All it needs is, as Scitech says, culture, knowledge, and in this case, human energy, not the other sort of energy. So that's all it needs for Mexico. For us, for UST Global, Mexico is a central piece of our strategy. Latin America is the growth engine of this decade. Is the growth engine of this decade, just as much as Asia is. And Mexico, my belief, is with the leadership and with the confluence of a variety of reasons, is destined to grow faster than most countries in the world. Might be 10 years from now, we would look back and say this was the fastest growing country in the world. So, to me it's very simple. We have an outstanding set of leaders in Mexico. We operate in about 25 countries in the world. So we deal with a lot of nations, a lot of presidents, a lot of leaders. But I would put Mexico right at the top of their leadership. Mexico is blessed with great leaders. And today you saw the enthusiasm of the governor who came. You saw President Fox and the President of Mexico and his staff completely behind grand transformation, which is key. If we have to achieve the goal, you have to have that vision, you have to have the plan, and relentlessly working towards achieving that goal, sometimes painful. And you all know the telecom transformation was not easy in Mexico. Neither will energy transformation be. But you see, my friends, these are needed if the country has to go and achieve the dreams of 120 million people. It is tremendous what this country can be for the rest of Latin America. If you look around Latin America, you have Chile, Colombia, Brazil, rising stars like Peru, Uruguay. There is a significant amount of energy in these countries that are fast pushing them into the new world of technology and information. These countries are not staying still. They want information technology to not only help their companies, but also help their governments. And I just talked to some of the leaders in Mexico in the e-governance, digital governance space. And I came to know today that some of the efforts that you're undertaking in digital government in Mexico is the best in the world, as authorized by Harvard University and many others. And we're happy to say UST Global is a part of providing the technological transformation for that very same effort. And why not set the global center of excellence for digital government of the world to be located right here in Mexico? Why not Mexico become the champion of how accountability and transparency to governments and create a whole new era of citizens to government? We talk about B2B, B2C. What about citizens to government, C2G businesses, and become a role model in that area? And it is highly possible. We know it's possible because we deal with a lot of the government. It is right here. You have the thinking. We have the ability to do it. We can do it at scale. And I don't know how many of you know this, but Mexico also has the highest rate of smartphone penetration in entire Latin America. There will be approximately 33 million smartphone users in Mexico. So roughly one third of Mexican population already will not just have phones, will have smartphones. So what does it mean for businesses in Mexico? You must get these businesses on their telephones. Mobile businesses, mobile commerce has to happen. Otherwise you will miss one third of the population today. Government services. We talked to Mexican, some of the bright minds in Mexican government that is managing CFE and your energy sector. They're already thinking of a digital revolution so that consumers can have these handheld devices that can control the energy utilization at their homes. They're already thinking. I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, most governments aren't thinking. It's happening right here. It's interesting, 98%, staggering number of Mexicans use social media. Virtually ubiquitous. Everybody uses social media. And if you look at Facebook or Twitter, Mexico constantly figures as the highest per capita use of social media anywhere in the world. Which means that Mexican population already transform themselves into a potential user set for the advanced technology. So this new channels of social and mobile is going to change the way we think about businesses. When Amazon came to America about 15 years ago or 16 years ago, big brick and mortar said, it's an online store. Don't have to worry about that. Don't worry. They sell stuff over a web. But $150 billion later, nobody is laughing. They've changed the way we think about businesses completely. So what does Target and Carrefour and many other mega retailers do? They have to copy Amazon. They have to catch up. They cannot keep up. They have to catch up. Make sense? And that's the situation. So Mexico has the ability to leapfrog the countries using technology to pave a brand new path. Just like 25 years ago, Mexico did that in manufacturing. And today, total cost of manufacturing, Mexico leads the world. Why can't we do that in technology? Let me give you another small example of how things are changing in Mexico. How many of you heard about Internet of Things? Some of you. This morning, the driver of my car was driving us from the hotel down to this facility. He had a watch in his hand that he was using